Cars are on the track at Indy, and the national champion Hoosiers visit the White House. And so much more coming up on the Central Indiana Sports Report's 10-minute daily report. 10 minutes tailored specifically for Central Indiana sports fans. I'm your host, Greg Mengelton. I love Central Indiana sports. Today is Tuesday, May 12, 2026, and we start this podcast with headlines. Practice is officially open for the 110th Indianapolis 500. The national champion IU football team visited the White House on Monday. The Thunder may have ended LeBron James' run in Los Angeles. Week 1 primetime games, international games, and a couple of holiday games released by the NFL. Number 1, Taylor won easily Monday night to start the NAIA Baseball Tournament. Indiana Wesleyan defeated Weber International to open NAIA Softball Tournament. And Alexandria Baseball is 18-4 after beating Wes-Del. Quick programming note, this podcast will move to first thing in the morning starting June 1st. Thank you so much for joining us. Your 10-minute update begins now. Cars are on the track for the first Indianapolis 500 practice of the year. They took the track just a few minutes ago so far. Alex Palou and Connor Daly the fastest, but very few cars have even taken the track yet. We'll have results for you on the IndyCar report with Elijah Poe later tonight, wrapping up day 1 practice and talking some other news, including the new qualifying schedule since there's not going to be any bumping. We'll include an additional round to set up the top 12 to, quote, add another layer of intense competition for the pole position, unquote. Qualifying starts Saturday at 11 a.m., and Saturday will determine the 16 through 33 spots. Sunday is pole day with the top 15 pared down to 12, which will have one qualifying run at 5 p.m. to determine the top 12. Then the top 6 will race for the pole at 6:35 Sunday. Race day just 12 days away. Also on Monday, the IndyCar Series announced that it will no longer take pit windows into consideration when throwing a caution flag after Saturday's debacle. I mean, if they can keep things fair, they should make that the goal. The top priority is safety, though. We'll discuss all of this on the IndyCar report tonight. The unbeaten national champion IU football team visited the White House and was honored by President Trump on Monday afternoon. Coach Cignetti and the Hoosiers presented President Trump with a number 47 IU jersey, and Trump, who apparently didn't recognize Coach Cignetti, still called him the coach of the last decade, which, duh. Fernando Mendoza was absent because he's at Raiders camp and said Monday he would have loved to have been there. LeBron James' career, at least his time with the Lakers, may have come to an end on Monday night. Probably not. He's probably got another year or two in him of being a high-end contributor. He finished with 24 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 assists, and really looks good until the end of the game. One of the least clutch superstars in NBA history. Anyway, the Thunder completed the sweep as expected by beating the Lakers 115-110 behind 35 points from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and 20 and 28 from A.J. Mitchell, who wasn't even a factor in last year's championship run. Crazy how much talent they've accrued. They'll play the Spurs or the Wolves in the West Finals. That series will break a 2-2 tie tonight in San Antonio. Tip is at 8, and it's on NBC. In the East, the Knicks are awaiting the Pistons or the Cavs, and that picture isn't any clearer after Monday's 112-103 win by Cleveland that knotted the series at 2 games apiece. Donovan Mitchell scored an NBA playoff record 39 second-half points and was in complete control during the Cavs' 24-0 run to start the second half. Game 5 is Wednesday at 8, now a 3-game series. Early Monday, the NFL announced their 4 Week 1 primetime games and 3 other games ahead of Thursday's full schedule release. Some highlights: the champion Seahawks will play an opponent to be named later to open the season Wednesday, September 9th. Following night, the 49ers and Rams will open their season in Melbourne, Australia, the first game ever played down under. The Cowboys and Giants will play the first Sunday night football game of the year, and the Broncos and Chiefs will play the first Monday night game of the year. Also, there will be a Christmas tripleheader, though the opponents have not been named for those. Also, a holiday special slate of games on Saturday, January 2nd. No opponents yet for those either. On Wednesday morning at 9 on Good Morning Football on the NFL Network, along with select nationally televised games and the Thursday games that will be played in the NFL this year. The NFL will also release its international series schedule. Colts will likely play in Germany again, and we'll have that on tomorrow's show. The Colts full schedule will be out Thursday at 8 p.m., and we will have all that on Friday's show, and we hope to have a Colts report for you Friday morning reacting to it. The Indiana Fever added another South Carolina Gamecock on Monday, signing Bree Hall to a development roster spot. Both spots are now filled. Recent second-round pick Justine Pissot was the other. The Fever play their first road game of the year late Wednesday night in L.A. against the Sparks. Their next 4 games after that, all at home, starting Friday evening with the Mystics. We will have a reaction podcast after almost every game this year. Probably Wednesday night's game on the West Coast. Probably not. But Michelle Garman will be here on Thursday on this show to react to, hopefully, the Fever's first win of the year. Number 1, Taylor won its 50th game of the year, winning its Upland Regional opener 6-1 over Shawnee State from Ohio. Today, the Trojans will face Indiana Tech at 3:30 with a chance to reach Friday's 2 p.m. championship in the double elimination region. The 10 regional champions nationwide advanced to Lewiston, Idaho for the NAIA World Series. Taylor has been twice in history, 1969 and 2 years ago. And Indiana Wesleyan scored 5 pounds in the fourth and beat IU Southeast beat Huntington 17-7 in 7 innings Monday in Bellevue, Nebraska, and advances in the winners bracket. Marion lost 4-3 to Louisiana Christian. Will try to avoid elimination today in Lawrenceville, Georgia, against Northwestern Ohio. Indiana Wesleyan beat Missouri Baptist 4 in 9 innings Monday to advance in the NAIA softball regional in Columbia, Kentucky. They are currently, right now, on top seed Lindsey Wilson. They're the only 2 teams left unbeaten in that double elimination regional. Marion won twice in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, 3-1 over Columbia, Missouri, and 1-0 over top seed William Carey. The Knights can advance to the championship game with a win today at 4 against Georgia Gwinnett. Some other results from teams from Indiana Monday in the NAIA Softball National Tournament. St. Francis lost 5-4 to Texas A&M Texarkana. Indiana Tech went 1-1 in Mobile, Alabama. And IU Southeast lost 6-0 to top seed Madonna in Fayette, Missouri. About a quarter of the way through the Major League Baseball season, the Chicago Cubs sit at 27-14, the second best record in baseball and leading the National League Central by 3.5 games. Starting today, they're in Atlanta, where they'll face the team with the best record in baseball, the Braves, who are 28-13 after winning 2 of 3 in Los Angeles against the Dodgers over the weekend. That game is on TBS, and first pitch is 7:15 tonight. Also tonight in the National League Central, the Reds host Washington, and the Pirates are at home against the Rockies at 6:40. The Brewers host the Padres at 7:40, and the Cardinals will face the A's at 9:40. A couple of quick national news and notes. The Colorado Avalanche are a win away from reaching the West Finals of the Stanley Cup playoffs after Monday's 5-2 win in Minnesota. The Avalanche are now up 3-1 and can advance Wednesday with a Game 5 win in Denver. A Game 4 and a Game 5 tonight in the Stanley Cup playoffs in the East at 7 on ESPN. Buffalo will try to even its series with the Canadiens in Montreal. The winner gets the Carolina Hurricanes in the East Finals. That's followed by Anaheim versus Vegas at 9:30. The Ducks and Knights will break a 2-2 series tie in Vegas. The Ducks and Knights will break a 2-2 series tie in Vegas. And Hawaii beat UC Irvine in 4 sets to win the men's volleyball national championship, the Warriors' 3rd national title, all in the last 6 years. And in local news and notes, On3 Sports is reporting that Notre Dame and USC are in active discussions to renew their rivalries. The 2 teams will not play the next 3 years, but could resume in 2030. The Irish beat the Trojans 34-24 last year. Franklin Central Junior defensive back DJ Mitchell tweeted on Monday that he's received an offer from Purdue. And Lawrence North and Ben Davis will play in the Circle City Classic on Saturday, September 26th at Lucas Oil Stadium at 7. That according to Kyle Nedenrip of the Indianapolis Star. Some highlights from the high school baseball fields on Monday. Alexandria is 18-4 after beating Wes-Del 8-1. Tigers face 18-2 and second-ranked Eastbrook at 5 today, and what could determine the CIC champion and is our clear game of the night in Central Indiana. Mississinawa beat Marion 15-5. Jay County beat Blackford 15-0. And Monroe Central beat Elwood 15-3. Aiden Gibbs drove in 3 runs, and Tipton's 10-6 win over rival Tri-Central. Anderson defeated Muncie Central 9-6. Pendleton edged Shenandoah 5-4. Maddox Huffman and the Delta Eagles blanked Belmont 10-0. Mount Vernon defeated Hamilton Heights 7-2. Noblesville blew past Kokomo 14-0. 9 strikeouts for Rhett Hostetler for the Millers. Daleville edged Southern Wells 10-9. 3A number 3 Western is 19-1 after a 7-1 win over Class A number 3 Rossville. And Northwestern is 5-1 in the Three Rivers Conference after a 10-4 win over Wabash. In softball Monday, Addison Stout drove in 4 runs, and Elwood beat Randolph Southern 20-1 to improve to 12-5 on the year. And Alexandria beat Taylor 20-5 to improve to 14-0. Riley Thomas went 2 for 3 with a triple, 3 runs, and 3 RBIs for the Tigers, who face Eastbrook tonight in the CIC game of the night. Frankton is the other conference unbeaten and hosts Blackford at 5:30. Also Monday, Lucy George tossed a 5-inning no-hitter for 14-7 Western in an 18-0 win over Tippecanoe Valley. Fishers topped Carmel 7-5. Wesleyan defeated Mount Vernon 7-2. Sheridan edged Tri-Central 7-6 by scoring 4 times in the bottom of the 6th. And in the game of the night, Olivia Jones struck out 14 and also homered. Her 7th home run of the year in Yorktown's 5-3 win over Noblesville. And the Alexandria girls tennis team is 12-1 after Monday's 4-1 win over Burris. And now you know everything I know about Central Indiana sports. We'll be back tomorrow. Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media. And I love Susie.